What's up, Colorado?
Well, don't you think we've been trying to? Come on, guys. Y'all ain't that crazy. Shoot.
Today, we've got something special for you guys, something positive. Our first story today, we're going to talk about what people are completely missing about this Colorado team and Coach Prime. But we're going to let Coach Prime tell you in his own words. So let's listen in.
Just phenomenal. Next, sometimes when you losing like we're losing, and you got to find positives to energize the staff, to energize the young men that's working their butt off to make it happen. So we presented some statistics to our team yesterday, and I wanted to share them with you. 18 turnovers defensively, tied for fourth in the country. 8 fumbles recovered, tied for fourth in the country. 10 interceptions, tied for seventh in the country. 23 sacks, tied for 12th in the country, and a 36% start rate in the red zone, 14th in the country. And offense through 9 games, I'm comparing this to last year at this particular time. I think we're averaging 16 more points a game and almost plus 86.5 yards a game. Passing wise, it was 8 touchdowns, 8 interceptions at this point a year ago. Now I think we're 24 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, plus 1,100 yards, almost 1,200 yards. We lack in rushing. At this point last year, at 1,024, we're minus 402. So we're suffering in that aspect, but there's a tremendous amount of positives that we must glean on with these young men because they're playing their butts off. And like I reiterate today, it's no quit in them. And that's one thing that draws me closer and closer to them, and I love it. That is no quit in them. They have not shut it down. They're still fighting their butts off to the end. Let's go.
Now, is that list long enough for you? The numbers do not lie. This team has improved in so many different ways. A lot of people just see the last few games and take a few losses, more than that, taking that on the chin for sure. But they don't see the way that this team is truly improving. And I'm glad that Coach Prime brought this up. I think it's important to not only realize, recognize them. Next up, we have a quick favor to ask of you guys. If you could, please take a moment and comment below. We like the positivity, but let me know your favorite moment so far from this season. Really quick, you don't have to be super detailed. Just let me know your favorite moment from the season so far, and we are going to love to read that later on. Next up, we're going to talk about that wily Denver Post reporter who tried to trick Shedeur into saying something bad about the offensive coordinator and the changes that happened there. Well, he was back at it again, folks. Let's listen in.
Coach Sean Keeler of the Denver Post. I have a question for you as a dad and as a coach. First, the coach question. As far as you know and care to say, is the play calling arrangement still going to be the play calling arrangement on offense?
Are you the guy that Shedeur was?
Am I the guy?
That's you? Is
I'm
that
probably
you?
that guy, yeah.
It's so funny that I didn't know that, but from your line of questioning, like how you came with it, it's like something clicked in my head and say, that's the guy. And I didn't even see the press conference. I just saw him laugh and say, come on, dog. Whatever.
It was a good stiff arm. It was good.
Yeah. I passed that. Let that go, man. Just let it go. You barking up a tree that you ain't gonna get up. Just let it go. We're some happy people right here. We're ecstatic. We're blessed. We're highly favored. We're not where we want to be, but we ain't where we used to be.
That's true.
And we're going in the right direction. So we're good. We're not. That like controversy and that stuff. We trying to raise these kids, man. Yeah. Grown folks' problems that don't help kids.
Speaking of raising,
I got to give Coach Prime credit here. He called him out, but he didn't drop the battle axe. He could have made that situation extremely uncomfortable and could have made that room really uncomfortable. But all he did was point it out and move on. And hats off to this clown reporter. You got to be bold to roll out the same trap questions to Coach Prime after already tossing it out to his kid the day before and getting shot down by said kid. Of course, talking about Shedeur. Grandpa's been getting into the eggnog a little bit early this year, and maybe the folks at the Post should tell him to calm it down just a little bit when he's in some of these Boulder, Colorado Buffaloes meetings. Now, next up, we're going to talk about something that Coach Prime wants from all fans and wants them all to know for this last home game of the year. Let's listen to that.
To leave them with going out on the final game?
Positive hope. Positive hope that I wish you could only understand how close we are to being what we want to be and do what we want to do. Like last week, I think I said it, we got our butts kicked once. Everything else, we had an opportunity to win. We got to learn how to win. We got to seize the moments. We got to take advantage of the opportunities presented. And we can't faint in the midst of adversity. We got to stand tall in the midst of adversity. And we're learning that. That's a process that I'm truly as impatient as you are. And the young men in that locker room, they're impatient as well, but they want it. I can't say they don't want it. They truly do, because they have not given up.
What a beautiful and positive message. A message that's truly of hope. And Coach Prime is absolutely right. This team is so close. You've watched the last few games. You've seen them compete. And they've been on the losing end. I get it, but they are this close to getting there. Listen, if you're out at the game, we asked you to comment your favorite moment, but if you're going to the game, let me know in the comments. I'm going to read it with pure jealousy because I won't be there, but I would cherish it. I would enjoy it. This has been a special season to be in Boulder, and if you're there at that last game of the season in Folsom, I'm jealous. So enjoy that this weekend. Finally, let's talk about a question that a reporter asked Coach Prime about conferences. They wanted to know what Coach Prime thought about the Big 12 and the growing size of different conferences. Let's listen to what he had to say there.
We don't think about that. We could care less. Like whoever's on the schedule, we're going to play. We're going to play our hardest. We're going to play to win. We don't care what you call it, what conference you call it. I'm serious. I'm speaking for my staff as well as the young men that I coach. They don't care of the conferences. They just want to win and play their butts off and prayerfully go to the NFL or be a professional in some form or fashion. They don't care what package you wrap us up in.
Recruiting has helped?
I don't think a kid, I have not met a kid yet, and I've been recruiting for, 4 years now? 3.5, 4 years? I have not met a kid yet to say, man, that Pac-12, that SWAC. Yeah, not yet. They're concerned about how much they're going to play this, not the schedule, but they want to go to the next level. They're not thinking about who they're playing against and what they're playing against and what you call it. I haven't caught a recruit yet for that.
Now, I did kind of get a kick out of this. Coach Prime couldn't say it, but we know there are several reasons that he's very happy to be going to the Big 12. First, we know that the officiating is going to be better. I hate to be that guy that continues to harp on the officials, but the ones in the Pac-12 have been awful. And that is going to be something that improves with the Big 12. I'm not sure how many of you watch the Big 12 regularly. I do. And I know it's going to get better once Colorado is there next year. Second, there shouldn't be very many games that start at 10 p.m. Eastern time. That has been a consistent and a constant complaint from Coach Prime throughout the season. And hopefully we're done with that. Listen, I've told you guys, I've got 3 kids. They're all young, 5, 3, and 1. And I'm not complaining. I love my kids. They're the best thing that ever happened to me. But it is hard to run around and watch those kids all day and then stay up for a 10 p.m. game. I'm just telling you, that is not an easy thing to do. I'm on coffee every time that I do it. I'll be excited about the Big 12, and I know Coach Prime will because he's watching 85 kids running around the hotel and everywhere else. Maybe I shouldn't complain about my 3 while he's watching the whole team, but Coach Prime and I are on the same boat there. No more of those 10 p.m. games. And then lastly, access to just better recruiting areas. Not that he doesn't have access. He's gotten guys out of Florida. He's gotten guys out of Georgia. I get it. But just being closer there, having recruiting areas that you're playing in consistently, like Texas and other places, is going to be huge. I'm excited for that move to the Big 12. I know Coach Prime is excited about that as well. He can't say all of those things yet. They're still in the Pac-12 for 3 more games this year. I get it. But I know that he's thrilled about that for those reasons and more. Hey, listen, I'm thrilled that you guys join us. Day in, day out, we try to bring you content just about every day. Some days we miss. Sometimes on the weekends it's tough. Again, got those 3 kids running around. But we appreciate you guys that are riding with us. You guys' encouragement and positivity in the comments is always phenomenal. When we don't even ask for comments, you guys are letting us know, hey, we appreciate the show. We like what you said. Hey, we don't like what you said here, but we still respect your show. I love that. You guys give me praise and hype and congratulations, all those things all the time. I love when you guys tell me, hey, I didn't agree with this. I still love your show, and I'm coming back tomorrow, but I didn't really agree with it. We don't have to agree on every single thing. We're not always going to agree, and that's totally fine. We love Coach Prime. We're cheering for the same team, and we roll. But I appreciate you guys' honesty. I appreciate the support like you wouldn't believe. This has been an honor to be able to get to do. We love you. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. Again, let me know down in the comments what your favorite moment of the season has been so far. Excited to read that. Let's relive some positivity. We'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you, as always, for watching the prime time for college football.